What's up, everyone? How's it going? Interim WMA here, and would you look at that? We finally made it to the last pay-per-view of the year. And what a year it's been, man. I feel like all around, let me think. We had a start of the year with UFC 311, phenomenal. 312 was pretty lame, very disappointing. The Pereira Ankalaev fight was a decent card, all things considered. Then we had the Miami card with Volk versus Lopez and all that good stuff. Chandler Patty. That was a good decent fight card. And it was May, and I think that was Madalena versus JDM. I don't remember too much from that one, but that main event was pretty awesome. What else happened? Next, I think it was Sean versus Merab 2. I can't remember anything from that one. But then we had International Fight Week, pretty good. Then what was next? It was July. July was what? What was July? What happened in July? Oh, Poirier retirement. Then August we had Chimaev DDP. Nothing in September. October, first of October, we had Pereira winning the belt, phenomenal. Then we had Tom Aspinall, Cyril Gane, disappointing. Then we had Makachev versus JDM, decent, very good fight card, very good. And now we're here, Dvalishvili versus Yan 2, and let's break things down. If you guys are new around here, be sure to subscribe. I'm gonna hit myself a new quota. I'm gonna do one video every single week, and it goes to week 1. Let's see how long we make it. So yeah, I think it's gonna be a very decent fight card. Let's take a look at all this stuff. And of course, his website is absolute buns, man. What am I looking at? So we're gonna start with Muhammad Naila versus Mario Santos. I'm going Mario Santos because he's cool as hell, and he was on team Alexa Grasso, and you know me, I like them guys. This I have no idea. Skip all this random, whatever the hell is going on here. What the hell am I looking at, bro? I guess Jalen Turner versus Edson Barbosa. I'm going Jalen Turner, bro. Got the lineup, no more dreads. The dreads was giving him a little bit of lag. It was too much air resistance, so it's not letting things compute. Now he's down. Everything is to the scalp, and I think this will help his performance tremendously. With this new haircut, I believe he's gonna be able to see things coming. Every time Edson picks his leg up to kick, the gust of wind created is gonna graze by his newly shaved head and give him the signal and the time necessary to dodge and counter, thus capitalizing on a first round KO. That's what I'm going for. Then we have Bruno Ferreira versus Marlon Vettori. I'm going Bruno Ferreira, bro. He's a very good fighter. He's very explosive, very good stuff. Only time I've really seen him kind of struggle was against, what's his name? The guy who got beat up by Sean Strickland, the German Dagestani, Abus Magomedov. Just grappled him the whole time and almost lost that fight. Or did he lose that fight? Let me double check. I remember they both were going back and forth. Damn, he lost that one. Where did he fight Gregory Rodriguez? How long ago was that? Damn, that was a long time ago. Wow. But I'm going Bruno. He's just too crazy. Then we have Nazi Sadikov versus Furizam. I'm going Furizam. He's probably one of the best French fighters out there right now. Very disciplined, very good. Dangerous when he needs to be. And a very smart fighter. I think he really has everything you kind of need. Nothing too, he don't scream nothing crazy, but he's very decent all around. And I think that'll be enough to get him this victory. What the hell? Macy Barber versus Karine Silva. I'm gonna go Macy Barber because I still rate her as a fighter. I haven't seen too much from her though. I just hear she's good, so take that with a grain of salt. Then we have Terrence McKinney versus Chris Duncan. I'm gonna go Terrence McKinney just because he's cool as hell and he died and came back, so he ain't gonna throw his second life away. And that's pretty much all you need to know for that, right? Then to close out the prelims, Grant Donson versus Manuel Torres. Oh man, bro, I'm rocking with my boy Manuel Torres. If you get knocked out by Bobby Green, you can get murdered by Manuel Torres. He's too good, too sharp, too strong, and he's gonna take out Grant Dawson like it was nothing. Light work. First round KO. Then to kick off these main event, we have Jan Błachowicz versus Bogdan Guskov. Wow, look at that jump, number 11 to number 5. But you know, when you have a stale division like the light heavyweight, I guess you gotta spice things up somehow. So I get that. And as far as what I see happening, I'm gonna take Yan. Yan is still pretty good, man. Light heavyweight is such like a good division to be in when you're like 40. So that's good when you're like, you're still just really strong, I guess, is the last thing that leaves you. And sometimes that's all you really need against less like talented fighters. And I'm hoping that's enough to get the job done. Hang on, my shoulder broke. Then we have Henry Cejudo versus Payton Talbott. You know, I got a parlay with all the unks. Basically, I'm betting all the left side to win. Look at that, bro. What the hell is this, bro? Some bullshit, man. Why is the... I can't even, like... Alright. Payton Talbott, Henry Cejudo. Henry Cejudo is such a good wrestler, man. Quite literally bronze level. I just feel like the only thing going for Payton Talbott in this fight is just the special factor. Everyone knows he's special. Obviously, this year has not really been his year. Lost in January, bounced back in June, and now he's fighting in for a top 10 ranking against Henry Cejudo. But dude, it's kind of hard for me to overlook the way that Ronnie Barcelos was like dominating him. Like, really, it was really bad in my opinion. And I think if he can do that, then Henry Cejudo's gonna have a field day. Yeah, Ronnie Barcelos is good, but Henry Cejudo's a double champion, and I think that means something, man. Triple C isn't just the cringe lord thing. It means he was a triple champion, Olympic champion, flyweight, and bantamweight. And I think we're gonna see something here. I think Henry Cejudo's gonna just have a decent decision win and ride off the sunset, if you want to call it that. Sorry, Payton. Then we have Brandon Moreno versus Tatsuro Taira. And oh man, bro, this is a big one for me, man, because you know I love my Mexican people. Brandon Moreno's one of my favorite fighters all time. It's really hard for me to like see how things are gonna go out. One, I love how Brandon's boxing has been looking lately. He fought Amir in I believe November of last year, whooped him against Steve Erceg, stalled him out, like just outlanded him, dictating a lot of stuff, doing really good. And I think that's going to be very important against Tatsuro Taira. I think we saw in that fight against what's his name? Brandon Royval, that Tatsuro doesn't have the best like striking. But it's been more than a year since then. He looked very good in his last fight. Granted, he did fight some random unranked guy, like on a day's notice or something like that. So, ain't really the best. The biggest place of concern that I have for Brandon Moreno is in the grappling exchanges. The reason why Tatsuro Taira has climbed to where he is today is because of his grappling. He is very talented in there. They have a certain style to it over there in Japan that it's very, very impressive. Very dominant. He's almost on a body triangle at every 5 seconds and doesn't like give it up. I'm looking through Brandon's career and during grappling stuff. He's very good grappler, man. He won his belt by submitting Davison Figueiredo. I think that's very impressive. And maybe Figgy made a mistake, but if you make a mistake against an average bum, they're not gonna like be able to pounce on it. You have to be a level fighter to be able to capitalize on mistakes and make things your own. And I'm also looking at the Pantoja performance, where Pantoja basically won the fight from just holding back his back for like a round or two. Because it was a war in the feet. It was a war. I'm going to go Brandon Moreno. I think his experience is second to none in this division. He's fought like almost every champion. So many 5-rounders. This is a 3-rounder. Hopefully it doesn't go to buy him, but maybe he'll let go more. I feel like if Tatsuro doesn't get any good takedowns going, this fight will slip past him. If he doesn't have more than 2 minutes of control time each round by round 2, then I'm gonna give it to Brandon Moreno. I don't think Tatsuro can do anything too severely to damage him. I think Brandon knows that this might be like one of, because he had to climb to get here. Remember, he lost to Royval right after he lost to Pantoja. So he was on a 2-fight skid, came back. He's on a, if he wins this one, he's on a 3-fight win streak. We'll fight for the title next. We'll probably make it in Mexico. It'll be phenomenal. I'm just going with my boy. Brandon Moreno's gonna get this done by decision. I don't see him knocking out Tatsuro, and I don't see him submitting him either, so decision. Let's go, Brandon. Then we get our co-main event, Pantoja versus Joshua Van. And oh boy, this is the one, man. And I don't know how many times we're gonna have to come here and talk about the story of, will this talented striker beat the dominant grappler champion? How many times are we gonna sit here and pray to the gods? Oh please, let Dustin beat Islam. Oh please, let JDM beat Islam. Oh please, let Sean O'Malley beat Merab. Oh please, let Petr Yan beat Merab. Like, we're over here asking all these things, man. And we're always wrong, man. I feel like a lot of the times we just get so behind wanting to see something phenomenal that we try to conjure it. And sometimes these things happen, man. JDM, Bilal, very good stuff. But other times, we're disappointed. Very frequently, we're disappointed. Very frequently. And sometimes we gotta approach things with reality, even if it's soul crushing. Pantoja is one of the best champions in the UFC right now. One of the best flyweights of all time. Unfortunately, he's fighting in Demetri Johnson's division, and it's gonna be very hard to, to say a word in Spanish, superar, like those records that he has. And so he's gonna be second best of all time. Not a bad, you're behind one of the goats of the sport. He's got your name up there. But anyways, let me not make this about DJ. All that to say, I think Pantoja is gonna get Joshua Van out there by submission. It's gonna be very, very hard for me to see a world where that doesn't happen. Quite literally, Pantoja had almost an exact same scenario fight in June. Kaikor Francis, a demolisher. He knocks people out, gets dominated for a couple rounds, then is submitted. Like, let's keep it a buck, man. I don't even think I've seen Joshua Van really grapple with anything, And, maybe that's because maybe he defends everything, But quite literally, I'm trying to remember, who else could he have possibly fought on the come up that was making him grapple? No one on the level of Pantoja, bro. There's levels, man. MMA Guru spoke on this where, yeah, he got a quick shot at the title because he took advantage of a good situation by fighting Royval when Manel Cap pulled out. But you gotta look at it like this. If he would have went through the death row, like fighting maybe Alex Perez, then maybe Tatsuro Taira or Amir Albazi or something like that, then to get to the spot he's at, he would have been put in a lot of positions that maybe would have prepared him better. But while we all want to see this young guy be a champion, I think he's a little bit too green. A little bit too green. I think I see Pantoja choking him out in the first round, unfortunately. And now for the main event, Dvalishvili versus Yan. I think this is kind of a 50-50 fight, man. These guys are super good. Super good. Yan did really well against the takedowns in the first fight. He's getting spammed, and they don't really give you points for defending. The one attacking typically wins. He also had a broken hand. This time, he'll come in there better. I think this is probably one of the most competitive fights. But ultimately, I can't see Merab losing, bro. He's so good, bro. So good. I'm trying to think of what can Yan do that Umar couldn't. Umar was very close, bro. Very close to taking the belt from him. Very close, but he just gave up a few things, man. I just can't visualize how Yan would win. he would have to shut down his mobility, which I just don't know if he's capable of doing so. And I'm gonna give it to Merab by decision, man. No way he finishes Yan, but Yan ain't for sure ain't finishing him, and I think that's gonna be all she wrote. So yeah, I'm basically going with all the left hands on these ones, all the left side. And then my parlay, Lord, let the parlay hit, man. I'm gonna go to the casino, put it all on black, man. You know me, man. I'm a gambler now. I turned 21, so I just live at the casino now. But yeah, if you guys like this video, subscribe. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys made it this far, one video every week. Let's get it. Bye bye.